Hey everyone, it's Manero here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to transform your iPad and Procreate into the ultimate sketchbook experience. So let's jump right into it. The Sketchbook Experience for Procreate is a new tool I have just released that uses the new Page Assist feature in Procreate 5.2, and it will allow you to use your iPad as the ultimate sketchbook with realistic sketchbook covers, paper textures and more. If you want to check it out already, you can find the link in the description below, but allow me to give you a little tour of everything it includes and explain how it works. When you first download the files, you will see that it comes with 3 folders called Coffee Stains, Graphite Dirt, and Sketchbooks. It also comes with an entirely new brush set focused on the art of sketchbooking. I'll show you those new brushes in a bit. But first let's have a look at those sketchbooks. When you open the Sketchbooks folder, you'll see that there are 2 more folders inside called A4 and A5. This tool comes with 16 sketchbooks in total, 8 in A4 size and the other 8 in A5 size. A4 would be the equivalent to any big size sketchbook, and A5 would be more like the common half-page size sketchbooks. You can tap on any of these, or drag and drop them directly to open them in Procreate. Now that we are in Procreate, we can have a look at what these are exactly. First of all, you can see that each sketchbook has a different and unique cover. Additionally, every sketchbook have a different paper texture in its interior. When you open one of these sketchbooks in Procreate, this bar at the bottom called Page Assist will show up automatically. If for whatever reason it doesn't, you can activate it manually by going into the Actions menu and turning this switch on in the Canvas tab. Page Assist will allow us to navigate the different pages of our sketchbook. If you go into the Layers menu, you'll see that each page is basically a group of layers. If you open the cover group, you'll see that each sketchbook comes with the possibility of having stickers in the cover or just a clean cover. You can also show or hide the Manero brushes sticker if you want. Another thing you'll notice is that each sketchbook comes preloaded with only 5 pages. The reason for that is that I wanted to make sure that any iPad would be able to open them. The amount of layers your sketchbook will be able to have will depend on your device limitations. Procreate will allow you to have more or less layers depending on the RAM of your device. For example, I have a 2021 iPad Pro with the M1 chip and 8 gigs of RAM. With those specifications, Procreate allows me to have 237 layers in total, but if I open the same sketchbook on my iPad mini 6, I only get 88 layers. Those are still a good amount of layers though. Having in mind that each page in the sketchbook will need at least 1 layer for the paper texture and another layer or more for your drawings, you can duplicate any of the blank pages in Page Assist as long as you have layers available. This way you will be able to adapt the sketchbook experience to your device limitations. A cool thing about Page Assist is that now when you click on any of the pages with the Apple Pencil, this little menu will show up, allowing you to quickly select in which layer of the group you want to draw on. I'm going to choose the layer called Write Your Name to personalize my cover with some handwriting using one of the new pencil brushes that comes with the Sketchbook Experience brush set. This is how easy it is to navigate the pages in your sketchbook with Page Assist and choose the layer where you want to draw or paint on every time. And as I mentioned before, you can also duplicate the pages, rearrange them or delete them. Let's now have a look at the new brush set that comes with the Sketchbook Experience. I'm going to use one of the sketchbooks for swatching the brushes, and I'll talk a little bit about them. The set contains 5 different categories of brushes, divided into pencils, inking pens, markers, ink washes, and splatters. We'll start with the pencils. There is 3 different grades of pencil hardnesses included: HB, 3B, and 6B. You can use any of these 3 pencils in a more natural angle for normal lines. Or you can tilt the Apple Pencil for shading like with a real pencil. You can also use these brushes with the smudge tool to blend with a realistic grainy texture. The next three brushes are quite special. Pencil hatching mimics the hatching type of shading you would do with a real pencil, but allowing you to cover a big area without having to do all the individual lines manually. You can also rotate the canvas to change the orientation of the hatching, allowing you to build up the pencil texture to make natural gradients from light to dark. Then we have the Sketchbook Graphite brush, which is a pretty strong and textured graphite pencil that also works great with tilt for shading and with the smudge tool for blending. Also, this is the brush I would use the most with the eraser tool when it comes to erase or correct parts of my pencil drawings. Pencil on Ruler is a brush that will allow you to quickly throw straight lines by hand, without having to use quick shape or drawing guides. This is great for when you just want to create some fast construction boxes or perspective lines. Next we have 5 different inking brushes that mimic the real feel of inking pens on paper. These are great for line work, cross-hatching or filling areas with black ink. The set also comes with 6 different marker brushes. The first 3 are meant to mimic different type of markers that you would use for shading or for coloring on a sketchbook. The other 3 mimic the texture you would get when covering big areas of your paper with a marker. They go from full coverage to a more messy coverage. The next 5 brushes mimic the ink wash technique. Very useful for shading your sketches or giving a little bit of color with a similar feeling of watercolor, but with ink washes instead. These ink wash brushes can also be used with the smudge tool for blending. And finally, the set comes with 3 different splatter brushes made from real ink, that perfectly match the same feeling as the ink wash brushes. The Sketchbook Experience also comes with a nice collection of 29 different real coffee stains. You can add them to your pages for that extra realism of having stained your precious sketchbook while drawing at your favorite cafe. Make sure to set the layer to multiply for the coffee stains to blend nicely with the paper texture and your drawings. This tool also comes with 4 different graphite dirt sheets that you can add to your pages for another extra layer of realism. Before we move on to do some sketching to really put these sketchbooks and brushes to test, let me say that if you want to really go deep in customizing your sketchbooks, then check out the Manero brushes paper collection. It will allow you to customize your sketchbooks with 60 different types of paper. I have even put a bundle together for you so that you can save some money when getting both the Sketchbook Experience and the MB paper collection. I hope you like them. You can find the links for this in the description below. I'm going to be doing some sketches now using one of the sketchbooks and the brushes included. The cool thing about this brush set is that because all of these brushes mimic exactly their counterparts in the real media, you don't need me to explain much about the process. Each brush is going to perform exactly as you would expect from the real thing. If you have ever used pencils, pens, markers and ink washes on a real sketchbook, then you already know everything there is to know about the sketchbook experience. Just grab a pencil brush and draw. Choose a different pencil if you want a different grade of hardness. Grab an inking brush if you want to do some pen line work, cross-hatching and so on. Use the marker brushes as you would in real life. Add tones and depth to your drawings with the ink wash brushes and interesting texture with the ink splatters. Add the coffee stains and graphite dirt to your pages at your discretion. The sketchbook experience for Procreate is in your hands. I'm going to leave this time-lapse running for you to enjoy. And if you want to know, you can see what different brushes I'm using for each part of the process by looking at this rectangle right here. I'll share one last trick with you when the time-lapse is done. Enjoy! Okay, let's say you have finished filling one of the sketchbooks with your drawings and you want to share it with your friends. Or maybe you want to make it available for your patrons or supporters in a digital format. All you have to do is go to the Actions menu under the Share tab and click on Share Layers as PDF. You can then save your sketchbook to your Files app or even open it in an app like Panels, where you can then view your sketchbook in double page mode, which I think it is pretty cool. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, make sure to subscribe for more art-related videos and give me a thumbs up. I post Procreate tutorials about drawing, painting and illustration every week. If you'd like to support this channel, check out my Gumroad page, where I have tons of Procreate brush sets available and I'm sure something will suit your artistic needs. All the links are in the description below. Okay, thank you for watching. See you next time.